This is your QAPIplus setup tutorial. So after I add you as a user to the new QAPIplus system, you will then receive a welcome to QAPIplus email. Find this email, and when you do, open it and then click the link that says set up my account. As I'm showing you here in the example, then create your password, confirm your password, choose a PIN and confirm the PIN. The PIN is important because this is going to be used as your electronic signature inside QAPIplus. Click submit. Alright, so for Apple users, you can either use your iPhone or your iPad. Open your App Store, and then at the top corner, click search and enter QAPIplus, and it should bring up QAPIplus. For Android users, you go to your Google Play Store and then also search for QAPIplus. The app and the logo looks the same, so if you click it, it will bring up this app right here. And if you haven't downloaded it yet, it'll say download or get. So I've already downloaded it, that's why it says open. Now if you're looking at your desktop, then it'll be this one. So you click QAPIplus, open up the app, and then it'll bring you the login screen. You enter your username, which is your email address, and then you enter your password. Once you log in, this is what you will see. Very simple. So the app here, you will be able to report a fall, report a patient infection, report other incidents, occupational incident report, and then your staff in service. To report a fall, which is a very most common thing that we normally would use, so all you need to do is click into it, and then it'll bring up the form right away. So the form is very simple and self-explanatory. I'll ask you the incident severity. So this is a drop down. When you click into it, so either the patient has no injury, minor, moderate, or severe. So in this case, let's just put an example as no injury. So if you know the MR number, put it in. The MR number is on Kinser's profile. Patient profile, or even just beside the patient's name, it will have the MR number. So the way they created this system is, I guess, for HIPAA compliance, they only want to write down the MR number. So let's just pretend that I have an MR number here, and then the date of fall, the usual questions. So you click it. So let's say it's today, the patient fell, or actually let's do the patient fell when we were not there on the 27th and reported by the wife. And then you want to put their name and then reported date. Let's say today on our visit. And if you know the patient's diagnosis, write it down. So you should be familiar with your patient's diagnosis by checking out your OASIS coding or your original referral that the doctor had given us. So that's where you're going to get that information from. So while I'm entering information in the incident report form, I also wanted to go over with you the importance of making sure that every detail that you can remember or you can ask during the reporting and documentation of this incident report, you have to do it. Get as detailed information as you can. Try to avoid, generalized information such as patient fell Thursday, and then that's it. There's no detail, there's no follow-up, but at least with this form, it'll ask you some of those specific questions to ask the patient or the family as to what occurred, what transpired, what was the patient doing, for example, is one of the questions on this form. So as detailed as possible, and always call the doctor or attempt to call the doctor the day that you find out of the patient's incident. If you're not able to get a hold of the doctor, then just leave a message with the person answering the phone, or otherwise document that the doctor is informed, because then After you submit the form, we will turn around and fax that form over to the doctor's office for notification. But if there's an injury such as a wound care and you are the nurse, then you're going to do wound care, then you have to go ahead and call the doctor to get an order for that wound care and maybe even change your frequency. After you completed this form, then you can add your signature by entering that PIN that you set up from the beginning and then signing it. And then it's signed and then submitted automatically. So you click OK, and then it'll bring you outside back to the main screen. So if there was any infection, you click the infection form, and it's again a form that it'll ask you questions. If we go back, other incidents are medication errors, drug reactions, adverse drug reactions, sentinel events, patient grievances, abuse and neglect, hospitalization, and unusual occurrence. I have seen in all the incident reports that we have compiled so far this year that there were skin tears. Patients that are using their wheelchair and running into a wall or a side rail and sustain a skin tear. If that is the case, then it's unusual. The incident report will be under the unusual occurrence report. So if you click that, it's all the same other than the full portion of it. It's not asking you when the patient fell. So right here, incident types, body fluid, burn, documentation, employee false, equipment problem, ethics, good catch, harassment, HIPAA violation, lab error, needle stick, new wound. So you can either put it on new wound or other, or patient injury even. So these are your choices right here for the unusual occurrence. And the one good thing about this, it has a separate documentation if there was any incident involving you. So it's going to be under occupational incident report. If there was any type of workplace violence, employee infection, finger sticks, or accidental finger sticks at the patient's home, or if you have grievance with someone, another employee, a coworker. And here, when you actually complete the form, you can report it anonymously. If you don't want to be known that that's you reporting it, then you can click report anonymously and then submit it. Once this is complete, the report will show up, then you don't need to sign it. Okay, do not sign it. Report anonymously is checked off, and then just click submit down at the bottom. Next thing that I want to go over quickly will be the staff in-services. So again, it's very simple. When there is an in-service available, the system, we had started this in August, so there is already an in-service for August and September. So as soon as you log in, there will be 2 in-services waiting for you. So if you click into the staff in-service, you will see these. So at the bottom are the oldest, and up the top are the newest ones. So in August, there were 2. There is a YouTube channel that you can watch the in-service training brought to you by QAPIplus. Or if you don't have the time to watch YouTube, then you can just go ahead and look at the slides here. So the YouTube sample, you can click it, and then you can just click the slides, and it will open up the slides. And then a quiz. So if you click the quiz, it'll show you the quiz, which you don't really need to answer. It's just there for you to look at and try. You can answer it on your own if you want. And then after that, you just add your signature, and then it'll ask for that PIN again. And once you submit PIN, for example, I sign, and then this one is signed and completed. So your August in-service is done. The first one at least of the 2. And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you, and that's all we're going to be using so far. Emergency drills, that will be in the future, in the next few months. Once I set up the emergency drills, we're going to start doing emergency drills, and it'll show and populate here. As of right now, that's going to be empty. And then hand hygiene, I'll be doing that with you, and then the supervisory visit, I'll be doing that with you also. We're not going to do any tasks here, but eventually if we want to do and start using the tasks here inside the system, we can, but as of right now, I'm not going to use it. So the important thing that I want to capture are the incident reports and then the in-service. If you have any questions, you know where to call me. Call or text, and then I'll discuss it with you further. Thank you for your time.